boys soccer team.
It's a new season for Eagan Wildcat Boys High School Varsity Soccer, and you're here with us on ETV. Hi, everybody. I'm Nathan Cron. We're going to be bringing you action here today in this non-conference tilt between the Eagan Wildcats and the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack here at Eagan High School on the new turf field that still has some construction going on, but that's not the only construction that's going on right now. Right now, Coach Tim Foley, head coach of the Eagan Wildcats, is putting together a new team after a number of important graduations at the center back and at the center midfield positions. The Wildcats do return a handful of good scorers, so we'll see what they've got on tap here for the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack. Head coach Tim Foley very excited about this field, about this team, about the captains that he has. We'll talk more about that as the game progresses. Center referee Carl Alsanis is conducting the coin toss now at center field at the midfield line, and we're going to find out which way the Wildcats will be going. Nice group of fans here. Of course, last season, the high school league and the Minnesota Department of Health had a substantial limit on the number of fans, but we've got fans here wearing blue masks, shirtless fans with wearing blue masks, which is wonderful to see. Plenty of parents, plenty of grandparents, and thank you very much for joining us here on ETV. As always, ETV is captained by a volunteer crew that is here to give us two camera angles. We will not have replay capabilities today, but we will have two camera angles for you and bring you the action, led by Josh Sibley. Our crew is Dylan Strupp, Greg Broman, and Joe Chupik.
We do have ball chasers working here today, working the sidelines and the end lines, and they are with the Wave Soccer Club.
This is the first game of the year for the Eagan Wildcats boys high school varsity soccer team. They were to have played Duluth East yesterday, but due to inclement weather or the potential for inclement weather, that game was rescheduled to September 3rd. So this is the Eagan Wildcats' first game of the season. They, of course, did participate in a four-way scrimmage last weekend, but at this point, let's break in here and let's listen to the starting lineups.
Senior number 1, Zach Valera. Pinto. Midfield, senior number 2, Michael Schultz. Defense, senior number 4, Jack Burns. Midfield, sophomore number 6, Noah Popt. Midfield, junior number 7, Cam Fories. Forward, sophomore number 8, Ayub Mohammed. Defense, senior number 10, Luke Holback. Defense, sophomore number 11, Braden Cordes. Midfield, senior number 13, Charlie Gutzman. Defense, senior number 14, Jack Bloomberg. And forward, senior number 22, Vinny Lucio. The head coach of the Park Wolfpack is Andrew Burgoyne. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our visitors to Wildcats Stadium this afternoon, the Park Wolfpack. Now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats. The goalkeeper is senior number 1, Isaac Woodley. Midfield, junior number 2, Gabriel Frost. Defense, senior number 4, Captain Donald Tye. Forward, junior number 9, Captain Ryan Lennertz. Forward, junior number 10, Derek Sy. Midfield, junior number 11, Emilio Villasenor. Midfield, senior number 15, Evan Siljan. Defense, senior number 17, Captain Caden Larson. Midfield, senior number 18, Captain Nicholas Cron. Defense, senior number 21, Aiden Burns. And defense, senior number 22, Parker Jensen. The Wildcat assistant coaches are Dave Bland and Trevor Hemphill. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Tim Foley. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eagan Wildcats. The officials for today's game. The center referee is Carl Alsums. The assistant referees are Caleb Schley and Bill Beardsley. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the national anthem will be played. The flag is located at the north end of Wildcat Stadium.
And here we go for Eagan Wildcat varsity boys soccer action. We're going to be starting here in just a few minutes, and we will be starting just a few minutes early from the scheduled kickoff game time of 4 o'clock due to potential rolling weather. That looks like it might show up a little bit later, but they just want to do what they can to make sure that they're not going to have any issues with that weather. Today's opponent, as indicated, the Park Wolfpack. This is the first game for the Eagan Wildcats. However, Park Cottage Grove played on Thursday, losing 4-1 to Bloomington Jefferson. Coach Burgoyne very impressed or happy with what he saw in the first half, taking a 1-0 lead. But unfortunately for the Park Wolfpack, they gave away 3 goals in a space of about 15 minutes in the second half to lose the game 4-1. So we're going to see from Park what they've got. They have a number of players they're very excited about this year. One in particular, their senior goalkeeper,
take the field.
Of course, you would think I would have his name at Zach Valento, excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Valento. But Zach Valento, their senior goalkeeper, and a BMX enthusiast, is going to do the best he can to try to keep the Wildcats out of the net. He's got a relatively young team in front of him, a fair number of juniors and a few sophomores out there. We'll get to those players as best we can. Moving left to right are the Eagan Wildcats in blue with white numbers. You've got the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack in white uniforms with green numbers. We're going to be kicking off here in just a moment. Early foul against Park gives Caden Larson, one of the 4 Wildcat captains, a free kick in his own end. He's going to send that forward. Back line is going to be Burns and Jensen in the middle with Larson and Ty at the outside backs. 2 senior captains at the outside back. We're going to see what they bring to the table here and when they're able to get forward. Midfielders are Siljan, Cron, Villasenor, and Frost. With Cy and Lennertz, your Wildcat forwards. Eagan showing a 4-4-2 with the 4 midfielders in a diamond formation. Top of that diamond is Villasenor. Bottom of the diamond, playing center defensive mid, is Nicholas Cron, senior captain. Part of the reason for that, the departure, the graduation of 2 experienced senior center midfielders off of last year's crew. And here Cron comes skipping away and comes down the sideline. He's got Frost making an overlapping run. And watch that ball head towards the out-of-bounds line. It does not go out of bounds. Frost with it. He's going to send it back to Cron. Cron's going to cross. And I think that's going to be out of bounds for a goal kick. And Cron last year played forward/wing. He's going to be moved to that center defensive midfield position. We're going to see him venture forward a fair amount. Coach fully expecting him with his speed to be able to get back into that defensive position if necessary. Park at least announcing a 3-5-1, a 3, yep. And we're going to have a ball just off of Isaac Woodley, senior goalkeeper for the Wildcats, watching that ball go over. Did not look particularly scary from Gutzman, but that time certainly, anytime you can get the woodwork, you're certainly going to have an opportunity to make something happen. Ty with an excellent job of dispossessing Siljan. Siljan with it. Gonna have to find it. Cron chips it ahead. Siljan with it again. Siljan trying to keep his balance. And we're going to have an early foul. Interesting call there by the center referee. Not that it might not have been a foul or a push. And obviously he wants to maintain control of this game, but Siljan arguably could have come out of that with the ball. Interesting that there was no advantage played there. Wolfpack have had at least one shot towards goal, not on goal, but Wildcats still looking for their first. That's a good ball into the box, finds Cy's head, but it does get bounced back out of the box. Cy with it, nice job, controls it. Ty with it. Gonna find Jensen. Jensen turns it over. Ball comes through, and Woodley's going to have to step out and put a foot to it. Nice job there by Isaac Woodley, recognizing that his defender had been beaten and making an early decision to get forward. Ball's going to go out of bounds, but turning down the volume and playing safety first is definitely what you want out of your goalkeeper.
Wildcats.
Speaking of Isaac Woodley, the senior goalkeeper is manning the pipes. This is his first his first varsity action. Coach Foley indicating that he was rated very well last year before he played before last season, but managed to play on the JV team for the Wildcats and get all of the minutes there, all of the games, and all of the shots, saves, and experience, and didn't have to split time with anyone. So in terms of his total development, Isaac Woodley happy to play on JV last year to make sure he got as much playing time as possible. That set him up very well to play here this varsity season for the Eagan Wildcats. And the Park Wolfpack are going to be led today by their two of their center mids, Michael Schult and Noah Haupt. Haupt and Schult are going to be in the center midfield position. Those are going to be their two big engines, number 2 and number 6. Ajub Muhammad, a new transfer from Maine, is also going to feature in that midfield position. Here's Park dispossessed by Sai. Sai with an opportunity. He's got some wheels. The ball falls gently to him, but it's cleared away by the center back. Park playing 4 at the back. Would appear to be 3 in the midfield and then 3 up front. Ajub Muhammad dispossessed. Villasenor didn't know the Wolfpack was coming that time. There's a good ball in from Schult. We just called his name not long ago. A little too heavy for Lucio, but it came off of a Wildcat player. Lucio will watch it go out for a throw. Nearly 7 minutes gone here in the first half. 0-0 the score. And the Wildcats are going to concede a corner, their first concession of the half.
Corner kick upcoming for the Wolfpack. This will be their first of the game. On the corner kick for Park, Jack Burns, number 4.
Jack Burns, number 4, going to set up and take the outswinging kick for Park. Ball comes into the box. Shoved away quickly by Aiden Burns. Leonard's with it. Sees Sai. Sai clearly from an athletic standpoint, quite the package to handle. That ball gets over the top of the center backs. Sai's going to have an opportunity to make a run. I think that's what the Wildcats would like to see happen. Villasenor with some fancy footwork, given right back by Sai. Villasenor, dispossessed, but then comes back for it, and he's going to get called for a foul. That's a good call by the referee. A push in the back is always going to be able to, it's an easy call to make for a referee, and Villasenor disappointed, maybe, perhaps, that call was made, but he's got to understand as a senior midfielder that calls like that are going to happen when you contact the back of the player that you're contesting. Saw an overlapping run there by Caden Larson. Ball in for Sai. Let's see if this ball stays in. It does. It's going to be played back to the Wildcat defense. Jensen turns it over again. And now is beaten. He's going to have to hop inside. Nice job by Woodley. Excellent job by Woodley. That's the second time Jensen's been beaten. Turned the ball over and then been beaten. He's got to be able to connect those passes coming out of the back. Wildcats turn the ball over about 20 yards out from their goal. There's a shot on net, and it's over the top. Woodley with a nice save.
13, Charlie Gutzman.
Gutzman with the shot. Nice save by Woodley.
This is a corner kick now for Park. It'll be their second.
In that sequence, the Wildcats just were not stepping to the ball. They've got to be more, they've got to step to the ball that is passed to them rather than wait for that ball to come to them. Park, very, very aggressive.
The corner kick was
Header out by Jensen, nicely done. Good clearance. Larson's going to have it at the midfield. It's taken off his foot. Larson's going to chase and create a throw for the Wildcats. Talking to Coach Foley before the game, the Wildcat outside backs, we're going to be somewhat conservative. Oh, and there's a foul on, foul on Cy.
Foul on the Wildcats. Free kick for Park.
To finish the point, Coach Foley indicated that the outside backs would tend to stay back, tend to be more conservative until that ball was over the midline. But we've seen Larson already a couple of times and Ty once make quite the effort to get forward, even from their own half. And we're going to have an offsides call, offsides on Park. Their first offsides call, Mohammed strayed into the no-no zone.
Direct free kick for the Wildcats.
And we're going to have some subs here for the Wildcats. At some point, we're going to have subs. Probably at the next dead ball. Which might be right here.
Four substitutions for the Wildcats. Onto the field now, number 8, Jack Joseph. Number 16, Nathan McKinnon. Number 13, Michael Johnson. And number 6, Davis Hackenmuller.
And we're going to see 4 substitutions here for the Wildcats. We're going to see Davis Hackenmuller, a sophomore, as well as Michael Johnson, another sophomore, come onto the field. And 2 juniors, Nate McKinnon and Jack Joseph. Joseph going to take one of the outside back positions, Nate McKinnon on the other side. And Johnson and Hackenmuller are going to move into the midfield roles. I'd like to see the Wildcats connect just a few more of these balls. They're just not connecting well. You get the feeling that if they could connect 3 or 4 passes in a row, they would have something. But things like that just seem to happen. McKinnon with his first varsity touches. And again, all 4 of these players, these are their first. Hackenmuller, Johnson, McKinnon, and Joseph. This will be their first varsity action as well. So while there are a fair number of juniors and seniors on this team, there are a fair number of players for the Eagan Wildcats making their varsity debuts. Speed of the game at the varsity level, I think any player or coach will tell you, is substantial. And certainly not the same as anything they've experienced at the junior varsity or even a club level. Looks like we're going to have a throw, a deep throw. Yes, well, looks like we'll have a deep throw. Jensen with it. Just chuck it up the line. Comes off of Cron's head. Park trying to get substitutes in. The players on the Park field trying to get the ball in play as quickly as possible for fear that one of them may be substituted. Oh, Jensen gives away a free kick Jensen's going to give away a free kick about 20 yards out, 23 yards out.
Whistle foul call on the Wildcats. Just outside the penalty area. Free kick upcoming for the Wolfpack.
extended arm, something again easy that the referee can call well, call easily.
Kick number 13, Charlie Gutzman for the Wolfpack.
The wall does its job. Ball comes out. Joseph with it. And we have an offsides call. Yep, we are going to have an offsides call. Joseph a little frustrated only because he had a substantial amount of green grass in front of him, but offsides from the far assistant referee. Looking for Hackenmuller on the far side. Ball does go out of bounds for a Park throw, and Park may at some point here get these substitutes in.
Two substitutions onto the field now for Park. Number 18, Killian Kreck. And number 24, Connor McLaughlin.
Kreck and McLaughlin are going to come in.
Michael Schultz, number 2.
For Michael Schultz
Cam Forey's number
and
7.
Cam Forey's. So we'll do the best we can to try to get those lineups as quickly as we can. Jensen deals with it there. Looking for Cy. It's by Johnson. Jensen's going to play it back to Woodley. Smart for Woodley. Finds Hackenmuller, although Lennertz was also coming back for it. Joseph with it on the side. Now Lennertz. Wildcats need to find some lanes. Here's Johnson. Ball comes out to McKinnon. McKinnon control. Cy with it. Down in the low corner. He's got to run via Senior. Back to Cron. Cron swinging it over. And that's going to be a foul. A foul for Park. I think that was Hackenmuller with it. Was making a turn. Taken down by Park. We'll see who can stand over this. This is an opportunity for the Wildcats. They have not yet had a shot or a shot on goal in this game. Just haven't been able to do anything with it in the offensive third. And we'll see what happens here. Referee's getting everybody set at 10 yards. And there's a shot by Derek Cy. It was a nice one, no question. Nice play by the Wildcats to minimize the impact of the wall. Nice shot by Cy. It was nice and low and flat. Just slid wide. Gutzman with it there. Does a nice job playing it across for his teammates. Ball comes in. Needs to be good communication back there between Jensen and Woodley. Here's Johnson laying it off for McKinnon. McKinnon gives it back to Johnson. Johnson doing a nice job of putting that off of a Park player. This is a situation where you have a sophomore and a junior in their first varsity action. I'd like to see them communicate well. Muhammad with it now. Played it ahead for Haupt. Cron with it. Lennertz comes back. Wildcats did not play too many games on turf last year, and their record was not very good on turf. They were much better on grass. Of course, they only played 2 games here at the stadium as it was being renovated and the new turf field being installed. It's a flick on by Hackenmuller. It's going to be put out of play by the Wildcats. McKinnon with it there. Turning to the outside. Nicely done by Nathan. Johnson. Big touch. Putting it back into the middle. Villasenor with it. Now back to Jensen. I'd like to see these Wildcats move a little more off the ball, come to the pass. And they hoof it forward. It was a nice job by Bolback there to play that header. So far, the long ball to Cy has not worked yet. Joseph on the far side. Jack Joseph's style of play, he's small in size or stature, but he's very physical in his play, and because he is a little smaller, he has great center of gravity. Cron with it dispossesses. We're going to see if Cron can make a run. He's going to send it forward for Cy. Cy's going to see his teammate, but puts not enough on it. That's happened several times here to the Wildcats where they've seen a teammate, they've attempted to play it to that teammate. But there hasn't been enough on the ball. Cron in the center midfield taking a knee. And we're going to have a brief injury timeout. I'm not sure what happened to Cron. If he's holding his, looks like he's holding his side. So Cron's going to come off, and Brasso will come on.
Wildcats, 12, Jacob Brasso is in the game, going out against Cron, number 18.
Leonard's with a header via Senior. Brasso sticking his nose in right away. Nicely done. Johnson with it. Joseph stepping up very well. Via Senior on a turn. He's got to make that. His teammates have got to let him know that player, that defender's coming. Shots are 2-1 right now in favor of Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove with the only shot on target. We're going to get a foul on Mohammed. Again, another one of the pushes in the back or the playing through the back of the player of the player is going to be an easy call for the setter referee. Also a great way to control the match. Jensen's free kick is sent back out. Burns with it. Villasenor with a very big touch. Oh, wonderful tackle there by Burns. Johnson was dispossessed, and now the Wolfpack will attack again. Two quick fouls in succession here for the Wolfpack. If Eagan's going to hoof it forward like that, they're going to have to be able to get in the air and do something with it. Villasenor with it. He's going to play it outside to Joseph. Joseph's going to chip it in. Here's an opportunity for Cy. Leonards watches it. Joseph steps up, left foot. That came up. I'm not sure. They're not going to say it was a handball. Park defender clearly, well, it certainly looked from our vantage point like the Park defender had raised his arm, maybe to protect his own face. The referee wasn't having any of it that way, though, and play would continue. Leonard's with it now. Going to have an opportunity to play it down in the corner. I think we're going to have a goal kick. Yep, we're going to have a goal kick, even though the referee signal was a bit hard for me to pick up.
Goal kick for the Wolfpack. Two substitutions for Park into the game. AC Steinmetz, number 9. Also in is Jordan.
I want to say thanks to our referees.
Charlie Gutzman, number 13, and
Carl Alsanes, Caleb Schley, and Bill Beardsley. Without referees, obviously we can't play here at Eagan or indeed anywhere. So thank you very much to those gentlemen for agreeing to be our referees and doing the job that they're doing. And here's a ball that Joseph's going to have to chase down. He's going to have to take that to the outside from a safety standpoint. Slide it out and let everybody reset. Wildcats are looking to have 3 subs come back on here very shortly. Wildcats not connecting on enough passes, just not. Oh, we have an illegal. Looks like we have an illegal throw. Foot came up. You don't commonly see that at the high school level, but from time to time it does happen. Bit of an embarrassment there from a standpoint of a throw being given to the other team.
Back in. 3, Caden Larson. Number 4, Donald Ty.
We're going to have Larson, Ty,
Peyton Jensen, number 7.
and Peyton Jensen all checking into the game. Peyton Jensen, another player who is seeing his first varsity action. Larson with this throw here in the far corner. I'd like this ball to just go right up the line, just like that. But somebody in blue's got to get on the other end of it. There's Villasenor with it. Nicely done. Not sure how that wasn't. Might have been a handball there. But in the end, it comes to a blue throw. Leonard's with it. Jensen got in the way there. Again, Jensen with his first varsity action. It's going to be a little bit of a work in progress for some of these players. Jensen with it. And Brasso with it. Still have Sy and Leonard's up front. Jensen, Brasso, Hackenmuller, and Villasenor are your midfielders. Defenders are back to the starting 11. There's a nice move by Park into the penalty area. They're going to earn a corner. It's a nice tackle, and forgive me from, as I was looking down, I looked up to see the tackle. I did not see who made it. I couldn't tell if it was Burns or Jensen. I'll give Burns the credit for it anyway. Punched away by Woodley. Sent back in by Mohammed. Cleared out. Oh, and a shot on goal and a nice save. It was a tricky one. It was a tricky one that time. Was number 2 for the Wolfpack. That was Schultz.
Shot for the Wolfpack. Crack number 18 and the save, Isaac Woodley.
Might have been Kreck. Yep, check that. That was Kreck. Forgive me. Killian Kreck for the shot. Saved by Isaac Woodley. Nicely done. Quickly taken by Park. Nicely done by Larson to take that away. And the ball gets sent out of bounds. There is a strong breeze moving really kind of away from our cameras. So when the ball's in the air, there is a bit of a breeze acting on it, although it shouldn't necessarily favor either team here in the first half. We have another illegal throw. And the Wildcats will take over, sending it forward. As I said, this year's Wildcats are a fair number of them with their first varsity action. And this in their first varsity game, you can already see that the movement, the speed is pretty substantial. And that if you're not moving off the ball very quickly, you lose the opportunity to play it. Last year's campaign for the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack was, from a record standpoint, something to forget about. Record was 2-12. 2-12 is 2-12 with very few goals scored. Just not the kind of season that anyone really wants to have at any level, never mind the varsity level. Well, Coach Burgoyne very optimistic this year that they've got players who are going to be playing together. Instead, he's definitely looking for his seniors to step up and be leaders. And both he and Coach Foley have, in that regard, the same desire. And we're going to have an illegal throw here on the Wildcats. And Cron's going to come back into the game for Leonards. So up top, we're going to have Cron and Cy up front, with the midfield of Brasso, Villasenor, Jensen, and Hackenmuller. There's a good ball by Ty. Finds Cy. Derek Cy flips it over. Keeps control of it. Loses his defender. Has an opportunity. It's laid off for Cy. Cy with a left-footed shot towards goal. Not on goal, but towards goal. And that's the kind of layoff play. Nice job by Jensen laying that off for Cy and letting him try with his left foot. Looks like it took a deflection, so we are going to have a corner. We are going to have a corner here for the Wildcats. They're first of the game. And certainly you have to think if the Wildcats, the way they've played, they can nick a goal here, that would be quite something. Shot by Jensen. Parker Jensen with it. Now, that was Peyton Jensen with the shot. Big step by Ty. Jensen's going to go to the corner. Oh, it's taken off his foot. Here's Cron with it. Jensen with it. Nicely done by the Wolfpack to clear that out. It's thrown forward. Burns is going to tap it over to Ty. Ty's going to send it to the other side, although not quite sure what he was looking to do there. Ball's going to go long. It's going to go long, and Woodley's going to snatch it as it comes into the box. Mishit by Jensen. You'd like to see that ball get forward for Cy and Cron. Those are your two leading scorers from last season who are back at the forward position. You'd like to see them get on the field, hit the ball to their feet, and have an opportunity to make something happen.
Substitutions, one for each team, both wearing number 13. For Park back in.
Michael Johnson back in and Charlie Gutzman back in.
Going out, Killian Crack, number 18.
Jensen playing to safety. You'd like to see a little more continuity back there on the back line here for the Wildcats. Right now, it just seems it's a little bit disjointed. Villasenor with it. He's got an opportunity. Cy with it. He's going to see an overlapping run for Cron. Cron's going to see it. He's going to have it. Cy plays it back for him. Cron sends it across. Ooh. And Cy takes a massive tumble. He did a great job to avoid the keeper. And we're going to have another stoppage, understandably so. Hopefully he didn't hit his head. Hopefully it's just he had the wind knocked out of him. But he absolutely did whatever he could to avoid the keeper. It was really a great play by Cy and a great play by the keeper. The keeper came out. That's Valento. Valento came out, played the ball, did a nice job, did not contact Cy. Cy did a great job of flipping through the air. You hope he just gets his breath back. Officially, and I think under the rules, the referee's supposed to start with a drop ball, but he's going to let the keeper just play the ball out. Oh, check that. We do have some substitutions that are coming. Remember, the Park players thought this was going to be a long injury timeout, so they went over for water. And as it is, referee's going to put the ball back in play here for Valento.
Number 15, Evan Siljan back in, going out, Derek Cy, number 10.
You hear some of the Eagan fans having some fun with some of the Park players. Got about a little less than 8 minutes to go here in the half. Score is still 0-0. Park has had more shots on goal, clearly, but right now have not been able to convert. And it looks like we're going to have a stoppage.
Clock is stop. has stopped.
And we're being told from the field that we have a
Clock has been
lightning delay.
Will now be 30-minute minimum delay because of the lightning.
We're going to have a 30-minute delay here because of the lightning. We've got 7:31 to go here in the first half. Score 0-0, and we're going to have a 30-minute delay. And while the sun is shining kind of where we are, just to the north, there are some dark clouds. So we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to step away, and we'll come back when closer to the 30 minutes. But just so you're aware, it should be about 30 minutes from now. Score 0-0. It's the Eagan Wildcats and the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack. Welcome back. We're done with our lightning delay. The referee's going to start the game here with a drop ball, I believe. Score 0-0. Again, we coming out of a weather delay. The Eagan Wildcats in blue, Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack in white. And a half that where Park Cottage Grove has to feel really good about how they played. They've definitely been more aggressive. They've been more effective in front of goal. Wildcats really looking for their first shot on goal. Fortunately, everybody seems to be healthy. Derek Sy took quite the tumble earlier before the lightning break. But at this point, we're set and ready to go. Center referee just going to make sure that everybody's set. No warm-up period here. Again, score 0-0. We're going to restart with 7 minutes and 31 seconds here to go in the half. And it's on. Cottage Grove with a fair amount of success hoofing the ball forward, really testing those blue backs. A foul call by the assistant referee. The advantage was played by the center. You can get the feeling that Eagan definitely would do a good job for itself if it can get the ball down and stop flipping it through the air, because they seem to have much better control when it's on the ground. I have a conversation here. We have two balls. Oh, somehow we had two balls on the field. Not exactly sure how that happened. And if it's a drop ball, the Wolfpack will have to back up here. It's a violation of the IFAB rules regarding a drop ball, but we are where we are. And reset, you've got Sy and Kron up front. Siljan, Villasenor, Hackenmuller, and see if I can get that number. Leonard's playing at the midfield. Around the back, you've got Jensen and Burns in the middle, with Ty and Larson, your outside backs. Ball gets sent down into the corner. It's an opportunity for Siljan, and does roll out. Ball for Ty. Ball gets flicked down into the corner. I see Siljan go chase it. Check that. Yep, that's Siljan. Going to go chase it. Ball's going to go out for a park throw. Villasenor with it. Just a little too much there. Has it taken away from him. Hackenmuller with a nice job with the turn. Nice job for the sophomore. It's a ball through to Sy, and Sy's going to earn the corner. Important here for the Wildcats to take advantage of this opportunity. They have not done much. They've done very little offensively. Leonards takes it quick. It's played back into Villasenor. Villasenor has it taken off his foot, and it's cleared by Park. See if Ty can keep it in. And it's out to Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller flicks it towards the middle. Siljan gets the rebound as it comes out. It looks like it's going to go out for a blue throw. It does. Hackenmuller very active here. Wildcats with a series of throws. And now Park will have a throw. You'd hope that Coach Foley had a talk with the Wildcats during that long weather delay, almost like a halftime. We will have a shortened halftime here, folks. We'll have a 2-minute, I believe I was told, a 2-minute halftime. Enough time for the players to get drinks and things like that, and then get back out on the field. It's an opportunity, a long ball. Long ball for Schultz. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. I think we're going to have an offsides call here. And an over and back offsides. Check that. We're going to have a correction. We will have a foul. We'll have a foul against Eagan. And there's going to be a free kick coming from about 40 yards out. Fourth foul here for the Wildcats. Park's going to put something into the mix, and it's going to go out for a corner. Nice header there by Leonards to send that over the top of the bar, watched by Woodley. Wildcat Boosters want to thank their platinum sponsors, Eagan Arms Public House, the Eagan Hockey Association, Elite Feet Training, the Wave Soccer Club, Minnesota Orthodontics, and Summit Orthopedics, all big sponsors this year of the Wildcat soccer program, helping us out both on the girls and boys side with respect to our sponsorships. Ball's played away there by Burns. It's chipped back in, pushed out by Woodley. Hackenmuller does a nice job running for it, and we're going to have another corner. This is Cottage Grove's fourth. Maybe their fifth corner. It was their fifth corner, and it was played out for a goal kick. Well, now we have all sorts of corrections, but looks like we're going to have a goal kick. Kron and Sai have got to stop trying to hold hands there in the middle circle. Just spacing just not right for these Wildcats. Oh, nice step there by Jensen. Jensen's got an opportunity now. He's going to play it forward for Sai. Ball does go rolling off of outside. Nice job by Jensen. Jensen a little shakier here in the early in the first half. Puts that ball now into play. Ball comes towards the middle. Leonards with an opportunity. Larson with it now. It's taken off his foot by Villasenor. It's intercepted by Park. Nice play by Garcia. Garcia's going to earn the foul about 30 yards, approximately 40 yards out. Check that, 35 yards out. You might be hearing a whistle. There is a JV game going on right behind us, and to be honest, it's sometimes hard for me to tell the difference. Ball comes floating in. Woodley with a nice job. That's a shot on goal for Park. They've got 3 here in the first half. Eagan's got no shots on goal here in the first half. It's going to be very difficult to score if they don't get a shot on goal. Villasenor with it. We'll play it ahead to Kron, but it's well far away from Kron. Less than 1 minute here remaining in the first half. Score is still 0-0 the way the teams have played. I think if you're Eagan, you're happy with that score. You don't feel like you've played your best soccer. If you're Park, I think you're a little frustrated because you have had some opportunities. And the ball goes flying off of Muhammad's foot, out of bounds. Just could not finish his supper there. You see the look of anguish on his face. That was their fifth shot of the half. Did not get on goal. Isaac Woodley doing a nice job of frustrating.
2-1-0.
And that will end the first half. Again, score 0-0. Park and the Wildcats scoreless, deadlocked here at the halftime. Ordinarily, we would have a longer halftime, but because of the weather delay, this halftime will be approximately 2 minutes long. Looks like they're going to start the 2-minute clock right now, so we'll keep it here. Eagan Wildcat High Soccer Booster Clubs would also like to thank the gold sponsors, Birchwood Dental, Rami Quamont at Colwell Banker, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers here in Eagan, John Willie and Edina Realty, the North Oaks Blast Soccer Club, and the Urgency Room.
Shots attempted first half, Park with 6, Eagan Wildcats with 2. The shots on goal, Park 3, Wildcats nothing. Fouls, Park with 3.
First half, the Park Cottage Grove Wolfpack unofficially with 5 shots, 3 on goal. Shots for Eagan, 2, 0 on goal. No scoring chances really for either team. No situations you would really say were coulda, woulda, shouldas. corners were 4-2 in favor of Park, and fouls were unofficially 4 for the Wildcats, 3 for Park. Park caught offside a couple times as well. So we're going to see what the Wildcats are going to do. They need to connect more passes. There's no question they need to connect more passes, and they need to play more quickly. We've seen several situations where, especially the midfielders, have been surprised by the Park defenders stepping up quickly on them. They're going to have to do a better job of connecting those passes and getting the ball off their feet to their teammates. On the other side, Park doing a nice job of playing the long ball, testing the relatively inexperienced, at least from a varsity standpoint, back line of the Eagan Wildcats. And as a result, they've had some opportunities. They just haven't been able to cash them in. Imagine the Coach Burgoyne talking to the Cottage Grove Wolfpack are going to reemphasize what they need to be doing. Playing the second half the way they played the first is probably a good idea. On the other hand, Coach Foley and the Eagan Wildcats are going to have to rely on their senior leaders, their captains, to really guide and help this team get into a place where it's playing quickly. It's just not playing quickly enough. Teams are coming out for the second half. Let's look and see who we've got here coming out. We've got Jensen and Burns here at the center back position. Larson and Ty, are your outside backs. We're going to have Hackenmuller, Villasenor, Lennertz, and it looks like Siljan are going to be your midfielders, with Kron and Sai playing your forward position.
Park will kick off to start the second half.
Park will kick off to start the second half. That's Charlie Gutzman standing over it. You certainly get the feeling that whoever scores the first goal in this game, that might be enough to make it stand up. Nice job, header by Ty. Can't read my own writing. Side dropping very deep. Playing defense, certainly what you'd like to see from your forwards. Coming back to help. Three Wildcats standing where you can throw a blanket over them. Definitely not how you'd like to have it. And balls charitably give Park a shot on goal there. Definitely not. A shot, definitely not on goal, as it slides wide.
Shot taken for the Wolfpack, Cruz Garcia, number 21.
Ball's going to come to Kron. Nicely played forward to Ryan Lennertz. Falls to Sai. Sai with an opportunity, sends it towards goal. But Valento, nice job there by standing his ground. Oh, Derek Sai showing some of that physical play that he really made a meal of last year. This is Siljan earning a corner. Crafty play by the senior. There's some question as to whether Evan Siljan would be playing football or be playing soccer this year. Soccer program's certainly happy to have him out here, as he gives you one more senior out here who can have a little experience. The senior is going to swing it in. Oh, and Parker Jensen climbing the ladder to get that one. Nicely done. You like that. You like to see that from Eagan. Jensen coming forward and getting ahead to that. Just couldn't quite convert. Park's going to take these fast. Park's going to take these kicks fast. Emilio Villasenor's got to be very careful, though. He's making sure that those get slowed up. Park a couple of times has taken the opportunity to take these free kicks quickly, and that's put pressure on the Eagan defense. Ball gets floated into the 18. We're going to see if a little bit of contact there with Larson. Certainly not enough for a penalty for me. or for the referees. Neither the AR or the center thought much of that. And we're going to have a goal kick. You get a sense that if Cy or Cron can get a ball with a little bit of momentum going the other way, they're going to have an opportunity to do something. But right now, Park winning every single header, whether it's a goal kick or a corner. Villasenor with it. He's going to dribble. Here's a ball. Comes through to Cy. Cy's going to have an opportunity. Overlapping run by Siljan. Now Cy takes it to the corner, and it's deflected over. Oh, and they're going to say it's going to go out for a goal kick. And talking to Coach Foley before the game, and Derek Cy is one of those players. He's so physical and so intense, but he's still working on becoming the complete soccer player. He's still working on getting all of his skills where he wants them to be. Still, and of course, playing in his position, he's very often going to be counted upon to make something happen himself. And sometimes that is a situation where his awareness just isn't quite there with respect to his teammates. But that's something that we've definitely seen growing. There's Hackenmuller, the sophomore, with it. Nicely done. Switches the field. Oh, very nice switch of the field. Comes to Ty. Ty has it taken off his feet. Siljan with it. Siljan with a burst of speed around the corner. He gets knocked down. I think we're going to have a corner. Yep, we're going to have a corner. The second of the half here for the Wildcats. Jensen coming forward. Cy and Cron also in the box. Hackenmuller and Siljan. It's going to be Ryan Lennertz with the left foot in-swinger. That ball's right in the middle. It's played away by Valento. Jensen tries to knock it down. He does. Comes squirting out to Caden Larson. Larson's got an opportunity here. He's on the edge of the box. Has it taken off his foot. Oh, unfortunate there for Eagan. But it's intercepted then by Villasenor. The ball comes floating in. And nice. Whoa, easy, boys. Have to be careful. That's just intense play. The ball's going to get sent forward. Jensen's going to put that out to safety. Wildcats already here in the first approximate 6 minutes of the second half, playing better and showing better than they played in the entire first half in terms of connecting passes and showing an opportunity to, showing some sort of offense.
Substitutions both teams for the Wildcats. Gabriel Frost, number 2, back in.
I want to see Gabe Frost come in for Evan Siljan. For Park, we're going to have Connor McLaughlin come in. And Vinny Lucio is also going to step onto the field. Here's an opportunity for Villasenor. He's going to lose it. No, check that. That was Hackenmuller. Frost immediately into it. Larson on an overlap. Nicely done. He's got Cron racing ahead of him. He's going to give Cron a ball. Cron with speed. He's going to have into the box. Cross. Larson. Has it taken off his foot. Could not unload. Could not pull the trigger. Burns playing the ball into the corner. Guys in blue have got to get to these loose balls. Ball falls to Lennertz. He's got Cron on the side. Cron's going to wait on the overlap. Plays it back into Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller steps through 2 defenders. Has it taken off his foot. Concern here in the press box that we may be seeing some additional weather moving in. Certainly hope that is not the case. Ball comes ahead for Braden Cordes, number 11. Check that. That's Charlie Gutzman. That ball's going to get not out of bounds. Caden Larson, nice job there. Coming over for the tackle. Excellent job by Leonard stepping back. Here's Villasenor. Villasenor's got to keep his arms down. Emilio's got to keep those arms down. That's Those are going to be easy calls. I'll check that. That's confusing enough for me. It's a foul on Park. Weather radar looks clear, but thunder and lightning in the area can sometimes stop a game even if there's no rain nearby. And so far, Park definitely not showing any type of nervousness or anxiety based on what happened to them when they played Jefferson 2 days ago. Certainly seem to be in full command of their faculties. Wildcats in blue really need to step up their game a little bit. Letting Park dribble in their end, dribble around and connect that many passes. It's a shot on goal. Well handled and easily handled that time by Isaac Woodley. Ball gets hoofed forward. Sy with it. Sy making a run, I should say. Did not get it that time. Ball gets sent forward. Well, you'd like to think if Sy could somehow get a ball in a place where he can make a run. Jensen with a big body. It's going to draw the foul from Mohammed. Jensen's going to fire it across. He's going to do what he can to try to get it to Kron. He does. Kron flicks it ahead to Sy. Has it chipped out. Nice defensive play there by Park. Frost is going to take it up the sideline. And it's going to get turned over. We're going to have a flag up. Yeah, looks like we're going to have a foul against Eagan. Yep, we're going to have a foul against Eagan. Questions in the stands as to why they didn't let advantage play there. But in any event, Park's going to have a free kick in its own half. Or do we have another lightning delay? And on cue, we're going to have another lightning delay. 29 minutes, 52 seconds here remaining in the second half between Eagan and Park. Score is 0-0, and we will have a 30-minute delay. And we'll see you in 30 minutes.
that is going to be the end of the game due to weather. It is a draw. Thank you for watching.